The YouTube boxing scene has taken over the internet by storm. As arguably the greatest of all time, Floyd Mayweather breezed through Deji in an exciting exhibition. Fans are already buzzing for the next YouTube boxing blockbuster. Well, guess we won't have to wait for long, as the Nightmare, KSI and Bellator bad boy Dillon Danis have inked the contract, set to fight on January 14th, 2023. Here's all you need to know about the bout. First up, bad blood buildup. Fresh after pummeling British rapper Swarms and Mexican amateur Luis Pineda in his two-fight one-night event, fans had mixed emotions about KSI's boxing prowess. The internet was divided between boxing enthusiasts criticizing KSI for fighting mere nobodies. He claimed that the bout was just to get the rust off after coming back from a long hiatus where the British superstar focused more on his music career. The KSI Army, however, was more than happy with his convincing performance and was pretty vocal at the event itself, as he mocked his opponents midway through the matchups with push-ups and taunts. Yes, the banter won't be so one-sided in this one, as KSI revealed his next opponent. Coming up, feels so empty without me? KSI's boxing promotion, Misfits Boxing, lived up to its name as an altercation ensued shortly after the following sentence. Ladies and gentlemen, I am fighting Dillon Danis. And with Eminem's Without Me playing at the back, the 2-0 MMA star walked to the ring where KSI and his entourage waited. The two immediately took to the mic and expressed their animosity toward each other. It was the perfect announcement, and the bad blood between the two was evident. Love him or hate him, the YouTube boxing scene did feel empty without the controversial figure, whose name was previously paired with Jake Paul for a fight. That said, this isn't the first time these two butted heads. At the weigh-in before the event, Danis made his presence felt by provoking JJ. A stare down went a little too far as the Bellator fighter tried to take KSI's cap off before throwing his coffee at him. KSI was seen struggling through security guards trying to separate the two. Danis was later seen in another altercation in the parking lot between Jake Paul's sparring partner Anthony Taylor, where the ex-MMA fighters landed it on the money. Yes, Dillon wants all the heat, and KSI is his first customer. Next up, Bellator's plans unfinished. Fans love the WWE promotional aesthetic of boxing, and Dillon Danis has already established himself as Stone Cold Steve Austin. But how does the MMA world feel about Dillon's entrance into the critically acclaimed sport? During a recent Bellator press conference, President Scott Coker expressed his frustration with Danis, appreciating his MMA prowess. He vouched for Conor McGregor's teammate as one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters on the planet. He added that despite his tremendous potential and the commission's efforts to season him, Danis got sidetracked and found newer endeavors. Dillon's love affair in the MMA game seems too little too late. In all honesty, if it makes money, it makes sense. It is no longer a hidden secret that MMA fighters are underpaid for the level of risks they adhere to in the octagon. MMA fighters taking on YouTubers in the boxing ring has been a recurring trend, with Tyron Woodley and legend Anderson Silva getting in on the action. Both squared up against Jake Paul in events with a collective purse worth millions. On the other corner, Bellator pays a fraction of this, with the highest paid fighter earning himself a $500,000 purse. Coker isn't wrong about Danis' talents though. The submission specialist breezed through his debut against Kyle Walker in the first round. His next opponent, Max Humphrey, faced the same fate. With a 2-0 streak under his belt, Dillon was relatively quiet in the MMA after that. Considering the names he's provoked on Twitter, we won't be seeing him a lot in the octagon anytime soon. But what did his opponent's humble beginnings look like? What's more, knowledge, strength, and integrity. Before donning his chiseled physique and tattooing his slogan of knowledge, strength, and integrity, Olajide Olatunji's beginnings looked quite different. The once self-proclaimed loud-mouthed hype entered the YouTube scene by uploading commentary videos featuring soccer, football games, and FIFA. His hyperactive demeanor and contagious laugh drew attention from the teenage demographic during YouTube's OG days. He currently has an astronomical 5.94 billion views on his main channel, where he no longer posts much. After his exponential gain in popularity, KSI also started to pursue the music scene. We saw glimpses of his talents early in his YouTube career through his raps. His second solo album, All Over the Place, ranked #1 on the official album charts. However, his most notable feat probably started with one of the most famous callouts of all time. Following up, the birth of YouTube boxing. Would you believe the YouTube boxing phenomenon started with a normie video idea between YouTubers Joe Weller and Malfoy? KSI agreed to fight the winner, and the stage was set for him and Joe to battle it out in what was going to cause a never-ending ripple effect through the internet. KSI made his boxing debut with a fantastic body transformation and demolished Weller in the third round. He took to the mic and called out American superstars Jake and Logan Paul, wanting all the smoke. The hype created drew more attention to the sport of boxing, more than the big pay-per-views ever could. The potential was there, and the YouTubers were going all in. After much back and forth between the trio, Logan Paul finally agreed to step in the ring with the 1-0 boxer, set to take place in KSI's home country. The response at the promotional press conferences was seismic, with both sides bringing their best trash talk to the table. Fast forward to the fight, 2.25 million viewers tuned in to see the two athletes battle for bragging rights. The match was filled with entertaining showboating, a lot of clinching, and some quality boxing. It was mad to see how good KSI and Logan looked, considering their lack of experience. But more than the athletic stuff, fans loved the drama, and fans were given their dose as the match ended in a draw. KSI versus Logan 2 was set to happen, this time at the pay-per-view, which KSI later won by a split decision. Let's look at what makes YouTube boxing so entertaining, considering the rich history boxing has garnered over the years. For bloggers and YouTubers to suddenly enter the ring is a hard pill to swallow. Taking away the spotlight from KSI and Logan, we have seen the likes of Anderson Gibb, KSI's brother Deji, Slim, and many more boxers entering the ring coming from entirely different backgrounds. To add to enthusiasts' frustrations, famous vlogger and ex-basketball player Austin McBroom headlined his boxing event called, wait for it, Social Gloves. We can hear all the face palms from here. Although the event was a failure, we saw a much improved and organized version of the boxing event, this time in England and organized by KSI himself. Misfits boxing took place in the O2 Arena and marked the return of the Nightmare KSI. The pay-per-view sold 445,000 units, which is an impressive feat considering the Canelo-Alvarez-Bivol fight sold only 200,000 units more. Even an undefeated boxer and arguably the greatest of all time, Floyd Money Mayweather, has expressed his appreciation for the YouTubers doing good for the sport. Who wouldn't want to see a pretty boy TikToker get demolished? With the ever-growing rise in social media, more and more celebrities are entering the scene, bringing millions of eyes wherever they go. However, more than that, it is the sheer marketing genius that goes into promoting these fights, something we see lacking with Anthony Joshua's and Canelo's. Finally presenting the problem child. Speaking of promoting genius, there is one name that unarguably is the top dog to beat in the YouTube boxing scene. Funnily enough, this man has been avidly connected with KSI and Dillon Danis in speculation for a fight. If you're on his hit list, bad news, you have some problems. It's none other than the problem child, Jake Paul. Jake was vocal about hearing the KSI versus Danis fight announcement, criticizing JJ for picking a fighter with only 2 wins to his name in the UFC game. He also suggested that KSI fought UFC veteran Tyron Woodley, instead someone Paul destroyed on 2 occasions. Paul is currently undefeated, with his last win against Anderson Silva being recognized by the president of WBC himself, Mauricio Suleiman. Suleiman made a public statement on Twitter saying whoever calls Paul a fake fighter is simply bitter and a hater. The 25-year-old superstar gave Silva a run for his money, proving critics wrong. His impressive conditioning and form make him a force to be reckoned with. At the Mayweather-Deji exhibition, Jake was seen trolling the Fury family on ringside. His antics made fans realize just how good he can promote a fight. While his future opponent is still unknown and his much-awaited fight against KSI is still in the works, it's exciting to be a YouTube boxing fanatic. That's a wrap for this video. Who do you think will win in the KSI versus Danis bout? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.